Do more by doing less. With me, Charles Alexander, for small business owners, startups, and busy folks.
Looks like you've been missing a lot of work lately.
I wouldn't say I've been missing it, Bob.
What do you mean funny? Funny how? How am I funny?
Clark, that's the gift that keeps on giving the whole year.
Well, I raised 3 kids and none of them turned out to be axe murderers. This is a favorite statement made by grandparents wanting to advise parents who are in the new stages of their children's life about how brilliant they are and what their experience has taught them. And yes, that's a favorite saying here in the South for some reason. I raised these kids and none of them are axe murderers. The benchmark for being a brilliant parent, I suppose. I recently heard this. I won't say where, but a kid asked if they could have a snack before bed. Oh, sure. Oh, sure is coming from the grandparent, not the parent. And they go grab 2 packs of Pop-Tarts. 2 packs. You know what that means? 4 Pop-Tarts. Well, one was strawberry filled, which is healthy, and the other one was this brown cinnamon sugar. So they wanted to try all of them. Oh, yeah, honey. Parent steps in at that point and says, no, it's 9 p.m. And matter of fact, you need to be brushing your teeth. And which the grandparent with the years of experience suddenly jumps in and says, well, I mean, we let our kids do that, and i.e., they're all okay. And A, no, they didn't let their kids do that. And B, just because you've done something before, or rather, in this particular case, just because someone else has done something before, doesn't mean that that experience is locked in and then nothing else matters after that. I always like to use parents as an example because so many people, and I'm saying this, look, I got kids 15, 12, and 11. We love well, I'm a parent, so I'm suddenly a genius. Now, granted, parenting is a thing. It's hard. You get a ton of bumps and bruises along the way, and you learn about yourself and la-di-da. However, there's like 8 billion plus people roaming planet Earth. The stork brought, I don't know, exactly 0 of them. Everybody here is either a parent or you were born to parents. Your parents. There can't be 8 billion people roaming around that are quote unquote experts because they have decades of experience. Yet that's what everyone wants to tell you, is that I raised kids and they're all doing just fine. And I wouldn't dare say this is about my own personal family, but there may or may not have been a grandmother or 2 or 3. Yeah, we come from a blended family, so I got a bunch. They were all in the mix that, I don't know, they did things the way they wanted to do them, and that to them was the only way to do it. Yeah, kids can ride in the front seat underage. We did it, and they're all just fine. Yeah, we let little Johnny and Susie wander through the woods, depending on the time and day. Yeah, that's just fine, and we didn't care what time they came home. Speaking of that, we get a lot of this experience in our own personal life. And when we've tried something once or twice, or even for a long period of time, we lock that in. I'm not a psychiatrist by any means, but there's a ton of them that'll tell you once we get that experience locked in, it creates a fight or flight method for us the next time we come across that experience or someone mentions, hey, you should try XYZ. Well, we've done that before, but it didn't work for me. And you don't even have to try a lot. I'm using the grandparent experience, but I've seen many new parents want to advise other soon-to-be parents about how this is the way that it is. We have a 1-year-old. Let me tell you about how all 1-year-olds are. That's not right. Our personal experience can affect us, whether we're growing a business or, more importantly, how we decide to spend our time, do more by doing less. And it's important that relying on that experience enough isn't going to be the thing that always comes true for us. Our experience can lie to us. If you want to get the most out of your day, relying on experience only may not be the best example. Speaking of example, let me throw you a couple of softballs to help you understand here. I had coaching this guy one-on-one. He is going into startup mode. Don't do a ton of startups, but this is an easy one for you to understand. He's going to be a consultant. He's been a banker. Nothing against bankers, but man, there's a lot of bankers out there. There's a bank on every corner in the town that I live in, and he has been at the bank for decades now. He's a VP of whatever. They have a ton of VPs in the house. And I asked, what's the thing you're going to do? Well, I've just got years of experience. Yeah, great. Who are you going to coach? What's going to be your topic? What's going to be the thing you hang your hat on? Well, I'm a people person. I've just got skills. Sounds like the dude off Office Space that's about to get canned by the two Bobs. I've got people skills. But his years of experience boiled down to just pushing papers around, maybe approving some loans, and not much else. His experience was kind of lying to him. Other cases where I've had existing business owners that wanted to grow their business, or rather, they reached the level of income they were happy with, and now they wanted to spend their time with their family, friends, or whoever else. Okay, well, let's talk about what you've been doing up to this point. Well, anytime you make a suggestion to them, all right, well, we're gonna have a Monday meeting, and then after that, you're gonna make sure the plan is set for the week. And everybody, no, 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 we don't do that. We tried that once, it didn't work. Okay, well, you're gonna batch your time. No, 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 I've tried that once, it didn't work. Okay, well, you're gonna block out your schedule. Oh, too many fires. All right, well, how do you plan on doing this? Well, I don't know that we can change a whole lot. Teach an old dog new tricks. We've been doing this for 20 years now, and we're still here, so we must be doing something right. Look, still existing is not the benchmark. This is especially true if you want to learn how to do more by doing less. Our experience, as I've said, can mislead us. You want to track your time, but for example, but you tried some newfangled app. You tried Clockify, you tried Toggle, and it was just it's just too complicated. I tried that for a couple of days. It didn't work for me. You want to cut down on your phone and your email time, but every time you tried in the past, just too much going on. Yeah, I needed to check something real quick. I needed to check something. Sure you did. You want to join a coaching group, but you tried that once or maybe even twice before. Now, granted, one of them was for free, and it wasn't a real coaching group. It was just some other people you met on LinkedIn that decided you were going to band together and have an accountability group. Great. But you didn't really stick with the program. It didn't work for me. Your experience can lie to you. And you see other people do the same thing. It was when I've used this as an example. So, hey, look, I know maybe this particular app didn't work for you, but I've got Stacy over here that did it. Well, yeah, but I don't know. Her life is just different. Well, her life looks very similar to you. What, you know, I helped somebody else cut their phone use, their email use. They're down, they batched it twice a day. Yeah, but that's a different industry. That doesn't count. Well, you got John over here that joined a coaching group, and he joined this specific one that he paid for. And now he's got all these new results. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't think they did it the same way. They either got lucky. Well, that's different because they've cheated. They've inherited money. They've come up with all these excuses. Deep down, your previous experience is holding you back. Other softball examples. You tried going to the gym, but you went for 2 weeks and you didn't immediately lose 10 pounds. You tried saving money, but an emergency that one time popped up. You tried giving, this is a personal one. We tried giving the kids a chore chart, and that worked for a while, but it doesn't work. So that can't be the case, even though we know tons of other people that have given their kids a chore chart and they managed to find ways to stick to it. In our personal lives, in our business, and our experience, the ones that I've run into and you run into, your experience has lied to you about outsourcing some things. You're doing too many things that you shouldn't be doing. There are some C-level tasks that you could outsource immediately, whether it's cleaning up your CRM, your database, whether it's posting things to your website or getting some social media assistance or whatever it is, the things that somebody else could do that speak in your voice, that do well for you. But you tried it once and I don't know. It didn't work. I used a VA, and I hear this quite a bit. I used one of those VAs like you were telling me about, Charles, and it just didn't work. People don't give an additional reason. What do you mean it didn't work? They didn't do the work? Yeah, but it wasn't right. Well, how far off was it? Well, they missed, I gave them 10 things. They missed one. Oh, they got it 90% correct. They got it 80% correct, and you paid them 20% of what you make. That's 100% something you should be doing every time. Hey, Charles, I tried putting my phone in the other room, but I did that the other day. You won't believe what happened. I missed this important text, and I can't do it. It's just people need to get in touch with me. My clients need me 24/7. No, they don't. You put your phone in the other room, and maybe you did miss a text that might have affected a sales call, but probably didn't. But in the meantime, if you've done that every day for a week or 2 weeks or a month, you've saved, I don't know, not just hours, but days. Would you make that trade again? I tried scheduling some referral calls, but I contacted a guy that I did work for last year who was really happy with the work I did for him, and he was kind of rude. Well, what did he say? Well, he said he just was busy right now. Oh, so that means you're not going to schedule any of the other additional referral calls that can bring you a ton of work that make you very happy? Okay, your experience lied to you. I tried creating videos once, but they don't really help my business. which is a favorite excuse I get from people that when I'm in my explainer video sales mode, well, we tried that once. You go look. What they meant was they vomited in front of a camera. Not vomited, but you know what I mean. A diarrhea of words. Two vomit and diarrhea. I hope that shows up in the transcription. They just went on 5 minutes straight, posted it to Facebook, and it didn't work. Their experience lied to them. I tried hiring a business coach, but I just didn't have the time to meet with them. Well, you didn't have the time to meet and do the most important thing that was going to grow your business. This is my excuse. I've tried Facebook ads. I couldn't get them to work. And in every case, I've done it for 1 month each. My bad, not the Facebook ad agency's fault. I tried batching my tasks. Oh, but I just have so many fires to put out. You mean you tried it for 2 days and the fires, they would have self-extinguished. So I'm done ranting. What should you do? Experiment. Man, we love to experiment. I know I've said this before and I'll keep saying it again. We like experiments. We don't like projects. So pick a thing where your experience is holding you back. For me, this podcast, I was going to launch a podcast forever, years ago. Wish I would have now. I'd be season 4, year 4. But I wanted to test the waters first. I did a little YouTube thing called Interviewing the Experts. And actually, it went pretty well. I got to talk to a bunch of really smart people, cool people. It brought me work for the explainer video business and the coaching business. And then I just fizzled out after a while. And somebody asked me about it recently before launching the podcast. I tried that once. I guess that's for everybody else. It just didn't work for me. Well, my experience had lied to me just because I fizzled out at the end, because I got a little too lazy, or I had 1 or 2 interviews that didn't go well, or because somebody flaked out, or it didn't bring an avalanche of business because I did 30 videos. By the way, podcasting or any form of media like that, that's a long-term game, folks. You don't do that for a few episodes and then quit. That's why the average podcast length out there is like 8 episodes long. Their experience lied to them that didn't work. You got to do this a year or 2. So I cranked up. Here we are. We're several months in, going on a year here very soon. And it does, in fact, work. My experience lied to me. So now that I've got a podcast and now you know to experiment, we have to test out the things that in the past are holding us back. By the way, the axe murdering parent comment, that may or may not relate to my parents or my in-laws. Don't take off just yet. I've created a new program just for you, helping overworked entrepreneurs create their very own 4-day work week in 90 days or less. Look, if you'd rather spend more time with family, friends, traveling, exercising, having the time to do what you want instead of, putting out never-ending fires, tackling another to-do list, and checking email at 9 p.m., then go to my website, yourcharlesalexander.com. If you've created the income you want but don't have the time freedom you deserve, then this is for you. And as always, if you don't, an angel may actually lose its wings. True story. Have a great day.